Hey YouTube, I'm back. Morning YouTube, Southern Yankee. It's been a while. I had some technical issues, and I thought after we covered the amendments of the Constitution, I'd be done. But with some of the laws and bills that have been passed and some of the things going on in the future, I figure I'd do one more video, if not more. It's up to you guys if we continue these conversations. But before we get started, I want to give a shout out and pay some respects to all the men and women who served who did not make it home. Yes, everybody knows today is Memorial Day, so I would like to salute those soldiers who died protecting our freedoms and our constitutional rights. I hope you all feel me with that one. Well, anyways, I was watching a couple news feeds about a week ago and decided that maybe once a month I'll come online and just talk to you guys with what I know, and then of course voice my opinion if need be. And again, like I said, it's up to y'all. But I watched this news feed on Fox 13 last week about soft disclosure of UFOs. But before we go into the details, if those of you who don't know what soft disclosure means, check out this little skit from an associate of mine and they'll explain everything to you.
The following definition is from SystemBustersParadise.com. The notion of soft disclosure stems from the theory of hard versus soft information. Hard information can be proven, whereas soft information may contain misstatements. Soft disclosure in a business has been defined as a forecast, unaudited statements, and press releases. In metaphysical/UFO/conspiracy circles, soft disclosure can have a few definitions. Like the definition above, it may mean an unproven statement that may not be accurate. More often, soft disclosure means a way of getting your consent without you consciously realizing it. Simply discussing something can be a form of disclosure. It can be a means to gain your consent to perpetuate the same thing upon you or others.
Now, after understanding the definition of soft disclosure and how it's used in business and in politics, the reason why I was so interested in this is a lot of people didn't realize that I spent the last 33 years of my life following these events. This is what led me down the rabbit hole to begin with. Now, UFO sightings have been around since the dawning of man. As a matter of fact, let me check my notes right here because I kept notes. From February 22nd of 1803 to April of 1897, there was 16 documented UFO cases. And even one of those cases, back in, I do believe it was, 1897, there was 300 objects seen in the sky circling around the sun, viewed by hundreds of thousands of people. And the reason why I'm kind of glad to see them doing the whole soft disclosure is the reality that this stuff's been going on since history. And of course, everybody knows some of the classic cases, like the Battle of Los Angeles back in February 24th of 1942, followed up by the ever-famous Roswell, New Mexico crash on July of 1947. But that was just the tip of the iceberg. That is just the documentations that the U.S. government had. And of course, you know, people who read the news. And for the longest time, they spent disclosing all this stuff. Like with the Roswell case, they said it was a weather balloon, you know. And then, of course, during the Battle of Los Angeles, we're in the middle of World War I, gearing up for World War II, in between World War I and World War II. So automatically, the German Nazi Party got blamed for that aerial phenomenon. And that's what they're calling it now. When I was growing up, they were UFOs, unidentified flying objects. But the CIA and the federal government has them labeled as unidentified aerial phenomena. So they are UAPs. That's how they're listed in the government. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is, again, like I said last week, Fox 13 News covered it, and I have the feed for you here. Go ahead and take a look at it. and I'll get right back with you guys.
Decades of public denial, the U.S. government is now acknowledging the existence of unidentified aerial phenomena, UAP, what we often call UFOs. The U.S. Senate has ordered now the Director of National Intelligence and the Secretary of Defense to deliver a report on the topic, and soon, by next month. Fox 13's Jordan Bowen checked in with a UFO researcher about what we could expect to see in this much-anticipated report.
Since 2007, the U.S. government has been studying unidentified aerial phenomenon behind the scenes, collecting videos like these of possible UFO sightings. The Pentagon admits what's depicted in the videos captured by U.S. military is something they can't explain.
When you see a video of something that can't be explained, it doesn't mean it's aliens. It just means something's going on in the sky that we can't identify.
We're going against the wind. The wind's 120 miles to the west.
In 2015, the U.S. Navy captured this video on a targeting camera of a UAP off the coast of Jacksonville. This video and others like it are now being studied by the UAP Task Force. Just last month, this video of 3 pyramid-shaped UFOs gathered by UAP was leaked to the public. According to the Pentagon, the video was captured by Navy officers aboard the USS Russell off the coast of California in 2019.
The fact that this was some sort of hoax, that this is really a giant pyramid spinning around in the sky, that's pretty amazing.
Bill Konkoleski with the Mutual UFO Network, a nonprofit organization dedicated to studying UFO sightings, has been researching the topic for decades. He says the upcoming report, set to be turned over to the U.S. Senate next month, is a major step forward for UFO research. U.S. Senator Marco Rubio, who's part of the Intelligence Committee, ordered the report, telling 60 Minutes in an interview Sunday night on CBS the U.S. should take UFOs seriously.
I want us to have a process to analyze the data until we get some answers. Maybe it has a very simple answer. Maybe it doesn't.
For Konkoleski, it's hard to say just how much we could learn come next month.
They have a lot to release, and I think that it's going to be more like a drip feed out to the public than they're going to release everything at once.
Reporting in Tampa, Jordan Bowen, Fox 13 News.
Now, according to Konkolsky, this report could be released as early as June 1st, but
Now, like I said, I've been studying and chasing UFOs for about 33 years now, and I'm 46, so I started young. It took with an incident that I saw something in the sky. It was me and a friend of mine and my mother. We were taking him home, and it hovered over our car. My mom doesn't really talk about it, but these events actually happened. And from that point on, I've had all kinds of conflicts. When I told people, hey, I believe these things exist, or I've seen these things, I spent time in a mental ward at the Asheville County Hospital in Ohio because I spoke what I saw. And for the longest time, they kept it all under wraps. Now, my question with all this is because everybody knows, like, you stop and think about before the attack of the Twin Towers, they soft disclosed terrorist groups, and then next thing you know, boom, the Twin Towers got hit. Now, we all know what went on with that. We are very much aware. A lot of people have done the research, and we know the true story about that particular moment. But what I'm getting at with it is they don't soft disclose anything unless something's going to happen that's going to take that soft disclosure and make it hard disclosure. So that's my question for all of you. What's your input? What are your thoughts? Why all of a sudden are they releasing documentations about aerial phenomenon in the United States and all over the world? Why is it now so keen on the public knowing some soft disclosure? And I understand some of the reasons why they kept everything as secrets, because the last thing you don't want is a worldwide panic. And humans, we're basically all the same. If it's different than we are, we either want to control it or kill it. So, okay, I get that part. But the secrecy, for as long as it's been going on, has gotten kind of out of hand. I mean, they're always trying to debunk everything. So again, what is your guys' point of view? What do you think of this situation? I could talk on UFOs all day long. I could talk on alien races all day long. I've done my homework. I've done my research. But that's not what I'm here doing. I'm here doing to see what you guys know and what you guys think. So leave a comment below. Let me know what y'all want to talk about. Let me know if you had experiences. If you have any kind of extraterrestrial experiences, please let me know. I would love to share your story. But since, you know, I'm coming back to the channel, like I said, probably going to do it once a month. I'm going to try to keep them short because I know people have lives. But when I first started the channel, I covered the Constitution as a big, important part of our country. So if you guys have not yet, you need to go to hisdale.u on the internet and get yourself a pocket mini constitutional booklet. This is the entire Constitution. That's the college and the website. Go ahead, they're free. Order you a constitutional booklet. Know your constitutional rights. And as always, my patriots, much love. I'll see you on the flip side, and we'll talk again.